going on, everyone? This is Sheets. It's like 6:30 p.m. and I am going to do a lineup build for the NBA, and I think I'm going to do the NHL as well. I don't know if Bobby's been here yet and left, or if he's still kind of like on the way. But nonetheless, you're going to get mine as well, and we'll also talk about the football. And for those of you that were present when I did my earlier breakdown, unfortunately for me, I'm getting very similar results. And what that means is I might actually decide to do one of those two things that I talked about. That being either going with what the Sims are telling me to do, which is just completely full fade Josh Jacobs in both positions, or do it manually by setting up a rule where I play max one of what's his name, Jordan Love or Josh Jacobs. I think either approach is extremely risky. But I don't know exactly what else to do. And because I'm getting to those types of results organically at least the first one I'm getting to organically, I'm not really screwing with it, and that's what I'm getting. So really shouldn't argue with that. It's the manual rule that would kind of give me pause. But remember, we talked about the game script that would be most conducive to Jacobs failing would probably be not so much failing, but just maybe just not being needed to hit a ceiling, would be just to get a big lead and cruise, and getting that lead by Jordan Love throwing 3 or 4 touchdown passes. So that game script is pretty conducive to the idea that I talked about, with just play one of those guys. And I think that if you just play one of them, you're going to be, for lack of a better term, very unique. Because it's hard to fade either of them. They project like 5 points higher than the rest of the field. So most people are going to play them both. And that's probably optimal. I mean, as far as like, if you just wanted to just say, okay, what's going to be the optimal lineup? But considering that all those combinations are going to be pretty mega duped, I think I'm going to try it. Now, also, the other big news tonight is the live sweat of Rhodey's best ball teams. I encourage you to go to the Discord for more information on that. But he needs a relatively easy performance. Well, relatively easy, attainable performance out of either, who is it, Watson or forget the other guy. One of those two. I'll let you know when I remember, to get like 14 fantasy points. But they also have to keep Juwan Jennings from getting like 2 points higher than that. So first they have to get like, I think it was 14.3 or whatever, 13.4. And then they have to prevent Juwan Johnson from getting those. So first thing I want to do, what do I want to do first? I want to do the hockey first and bang that out and get rid of that. Yeah, I may as well. So I'm just going to show you that. Then we're going to get to NBA. I don't have any news yet. Do we have anybody have any confirmation on Luka? We'll get back to that in a minute. But I haven't done this in a while. Let's just do a full transparent look in to what I'm doing here. So first, with respect to hockey, and we'll go in order. First, we'll do hockey. So we're going to first upload the new projections. They're brand new, just hot off the presses, as the kids of the 70s used to say. Upload these. Now, again, if you're on SaberSim through TrueDFS, you could also do this. These projections should show up on the TrueDFS interface. We'll exclude unlisted players. Wait, what happened to my? Oh, there they are. You can tell they've changed when they're green or red around them. And again, a little difference of opinion between how you're supposed to do this between me and Adam Perry. What I'd like to do is just build all 5,000 right off the bat, and then make my tweaks to what kind of lineups I think I want after that, as opposed to making the decision of what type of lineups you want and then run the 5,000. The other thing I will note is, again, when we did the earlier review, we thought that it would be Columbus and Vegas would be the easiest stacks to get to and the most logical. And then when we did that, I actually did eventually do another run where I did get like almost 100% of those two stacks. But yet still, when I ran the Sims, I was getting all kinds of other baloney. And you know me, I don't mind baloney. So let's just see what I get here. When I like to get plenty of time, right? 6:35, plenty of time for NBA, and certainly plenty of time for NFL once NBA logs. So we look first at what we'd be getting without any whatever. See, it's all this Vancouver. You know, if you look at team exposure or team stacks, like not Vegas. I'm sorry, not Vancouver. I keep saying Vegas. All right. So let's run the Sims and see if I know it's going to be completely different. I wonder if I get all the San Jose like I was getting earlier. That's like super, super different. Let's just see if I get that again. I just made a couple of projection changes, and we'll see if that made any changes here. Yeah, so now, back to all the Montreal. Like all the Montreal you can eat. Now, if I want to again keep it real, I won't change anything, and I'll just go with all this Montreal and San Jose and just kind of rock the house. I don't have to play this way, right? I can go back and I could do 25 lineups of the Columbus and 25 of the whatchamacallits of the Vegas, but then I'm getting just really chalky. So we're just going to go with this. Let's get a little bit. We'll do something with the min uniques though. Oh, it's already stuck on min uniques 1. Why did I do this? Oh, because I had it set from before. So we'll go from me. Hey Bobby, I'm just 5 minutes away from doing NBA. Hold on.
Cool.
Just watching the hockey here. So again, we'll go to stack exposure and make sure that we have like the type of thing that we want. And then this is done, and then we're at min uniques 2, which is okay. Just make sure that we don't get yelled at indiscriminately if we go to min uniques 3. A little bit. So let's just go back to min uniques 2. We'll play those, and then we'll take a look at the NBA, and then we'll finish up, and then we'll have a chance to breathe. I mean, I'll have a chance to breathe. I don't know what Bobby. Did you get moved in?
I mean, it's so much left to do, but when it's progress. Feeling good about the progress. It's going to be an all-nighter tonight because I want to be able to work tomorrow, and I'm probably going to have to spend a lot of time doing it tomorrow too. But then going back up for Christmas Eve, which is going to be like a 9-hour drive because there's traffic. So I might leave in the middle of the night or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm ready.
So NBA, I don't have any confirmation about Luka yet. Do you?
No confirmation on Luka. I did an NBA show, and I was talking about like I think that the way to get different on this, like, because I think that the value is pretty good value, and I don't think you need to try and get like too much extra. I think you have the Ryan Rollins thing, and then obviously at least 2 of the guys from Milwaukee. Even Taylor Norton-Tucker looks like a pretty decent play with Lonzo out now. But it's all sort of changing a little bit since I even did it. I mean, there's just you get a few guys out and everything's different. Giddey's out also. So I'm looking at the Bucks and Milwaukee as a game stack, and and if Luka plays, I would like to play Luka with one of either Wemby or Embiid. Was my thinking.
I missed the Taylor Horton-Tucker.
It's just happening because
Giddey was just announced?
Well, Giddey was announced when I was doing the show before, like 20 minutes ago, I'd say.
Oh my.
Was that right? Wait, hold on. Let me just double check this that I'm not missing something. I thought I said, Giddey was at 616, and Lonzo was also ruled out. So it's DHT. It's not a play you have to make, but I do think that game just becomes very stackable, and I think you could stack that game pretty cheaply and then play Luka with potentially one other stud.
I got to redo everything. I have like all Gideon and then nothing from THT. I mean, I could change just Chicago, I suppose.
Zubac is now a game time decision. Well, they just announced this is a game time decision. We don't know what that means. Koulibaly is out. Sarr is out for Washington. So I think there's still things to be updated.
That I have all that. I don't. I just didn't have.
That was only 4 minutes ago.
Which one?
Sarr and Koulibaly.
Sarr Koulibaly from Washington, you mean?
Yeah. I think he was supposed to be out, though.
Yeah, I didn't have him projected. And what team was Sarr on?
I had Sarr projected, Washington.
And
Sarr actually had a good projection.
Yeah, I have one for Sarr too. So, and those games start soon, right?
Yeah, Kaishan George and Malcolm Brogdon are going to be a lot more popular than it looks like, as will, to some extent, Jordan Poole. But George and Brogdon are the immediate thoughts. I guess Joe Val is going to look like a good play probably too, but I don't think that they're updated projection-wise because with the Sarr out.
What team was Sarr again?
Washington.
What game is that? That doesn't start till 8.
Yeah, it's just all those. It's just the value you might be from that game now,
right?
Along with the Bulls game. So really, I think that's the main thing. You stick with the 8:00 games for the most part, right?
There's a lot of games before that, though.
No, I know, but the best game is the Milwaukee. You're going to probably end up with 2 or 3 on every lineup. I think that Jashawn Tate is a guy you know is an early value play that maybe you'll get better value a little bit later.
Let's see, what does Chicago look like here? Chicago, did that update yet?
I think it only updated for THT.
Yes, it did update for THT.
Oh, Kobe White's going up a little bit now.
Giddy out, Lonzo out. What about the Buzelis? He's up to 17. I see that.
Yeah.
Kobe White, I see up to 84, 34 or something like that.
Yeah, about 30. Saberson's got a 33.5, but that seems pretty good. I think White and Levine are both better plays. I just think the whole game feels stackable, but all this 8:00 stuff, and then you got the Washington stuff too, Kaishan George. So I guess the question really becomes, what do we really need to play from these early games? Jashawn Tate is an interesting piece of value, but not like a definitely no guaranteed smash play. Cam Whitmore's a speculative guy. Amen Thompson's an okay play. These are not like guys you must have, but they're decent. They're all decent plays. LaMelo's a good play, but I would rather wait to play Luka. I don't think you need to do anything from Utah if you wanted to play Lauri Markkanen.
Not to mention that we don't know what's going on with Luka.
Which again just speaks to the not playing. Like I'm just going through anybody I would play.
Sarr, you're saying is out?
Sarr is out.
Okay, well let's at least
and Koulibaly.
Let's estimate this, I guess, for the time being. So Sarr, Koulibaly I had out. So who's going to get the bump from Sarr being out? Anybody?
It should be Joe Val. And Kaishan George is just because they're down another body is the guy. He's 3,300. He's going to play plenty of minutes. Brogdon, Poole, all those numbers should go up a little bit.
I'll give them each a couple of points. I just wanted to make sure you know what I mean. Like I want to run something with these early games in case one of these would come up. So Chicago, Washington. Those are the 2 teams with the news that just came, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let's build again. I'm curious to see what I get from these 7:00. Like if I'm not getting like a bunch, I might just like you said, just X them out for the time being.
Yeah.
The only thing I was getting earlier from the 7:00 games when I looked, I was getting like the Utah a little bit, but not as much as I thought I was going to get. And then I liked LaMelo and I liked Sengun, but
yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, they're fine. I think it's more just, do you want to speculate with the Cam Whitmore, Deshaun Tate, because what's his name's out? I probably wouldn't do that, but I would play like Amon Thompson, and I'd play the mid-range to the upper range in these early games. I wouldn't. There's no value that stands out to me as being as good as the value that's coming later.
Yeah, I mean, the Milwaukee, you're just going to get all that Portis and certainly, I mean, how many lineups are going to have Portis and
Ryan
Rollins
Reynolds
together? Like 70? I mean, like,
It's going to be a ton.
right?
I'll tell you who I like to play though from the early games, which doesn't affect any value. I really like playing Embiid.
Well, I have a problem here because in my initial runs, I'm getting like 4 Jazz.
For who?
Jazz.
What is going on with that?
Jordan Clarkson.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, I'm getting like 90 of him. Like,
oh my God.
Clarkson, Lowry.
Sexton did shoot up actually.
Sexton, Kessler. Because all those guys are out, because Collins is out, and the other guy, the guard.
Yeah, we've just seen this story so much with Keontae George, with this Utah team, and they play a million guys, and that's just what they do.
And then the Svi was getting some projection.
He is starting, so that actually I can understand the Svi thing. And
Svi, I don't even have starting here.
Oh yeah, but he is starting.
So that's going to go up as well, right?
Yep. He's the one piece of value that I would probably play from the early ones. Actually, I don't know. It's between he and Sensabaugh. Like, because Sensabaugh probably plays almost as many minutes. But I don't know that this is better value. I think the Clarkson is a pretty good, like, is a reasonable play, but he's not. I don't quite consider him a full value piece. Or Markkanen. I just feel like there's other ways to go. I think Markkanen. I guess it makes sense to play one of those guys or Sexton, but I don't think it's like automatic that their minutes go up, which it happens with the Jazz all the time, and their numbers never really change as much. I think.
All the time, indeed.
Yeah, I think there's something to this Embiid. Look, you get the French guys playing each other. You got Embiid having a terrible joke of a start to. I mean, Cheats. Did you happen to go on Twitter the day after the Embiid game? People were just losing it everywhere about. About Embiid? I remember we talked about how he played against Charlotte, but he didn't play against.
He ended up getting there at the end of the day, though. Oh, you
no, but that's not what it's about. It's about why we not
often and sat out the Cleveland game.
Yeah. Let's see what else here.
Let's see what's going on. Hold on, I gotta do.
Luke is in.
Oh, thank God for that, at least.
Yeah. Let's see what we got here.
So Luke is in.
There's Rhodey.
Dude, yeah, oh man, you can't believe you weren't here for this. That was such dude, he took such an atrocious beat in that freaking game.
The last game of the day?
No. Oh, you didn't follow along. So
I was following the beginning, but then I got totally on my own track of stuff.
Yeah, no, this was like so cruel. Like he needed like what at the end of the day, he needed like one catch from McMillan of any kind.
Yeah.
Okay, he was 0.09 behind. So first of all, earlier there was like he made a completion that they called back because the ball just hit the ground. The tip of the ball's in the ground. But McMillan was in perfect situation. They were in total garbage time. Like, well, actually, they weren't in garbage time, whatever. But you knew they were going to let him try to score, and already somebody was out, and so he caught one ball, and he needed to catch 2 balls for the drive. Actually, he caught one, and then I figured he needed one more, whatever. This is like the drive before. Then I figured he needed to get a certain amount of yards. He got exactly the amount of yards to get within 0.12. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So then Tampa scored. I'm like, okay, so now we need the ball back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they got the ball back, and all we needed was one other, thing. And what happened first of all, in the previous possession, I don't know if you saw this, he caught it, he catch a touchdown pass. They found him. I'm explaining this really badly because it all happened so fast. Mm-hmm. He got a touchdown pass, which totally would put him in the clear. Mm-hmm. But this guy from the Cowboys had the greatest defensive play in the history of the United States. He literally peeled the ball out of his hands as they were going to the ground and got an interception. Right.
Oh my God.
And then in that last garbage time, you knew McMillan was going to get one pass at some point, but this other guy like broke into the open field and he like got stripped at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
So he could have locked down like a minimum of 89,000, which that's what happens when you advance. But instead, now he's got a sweat. He's got like a pretty tight sweat. He's not going to want to hear it, right? Yeah. I make him a decent favorite, and he definitely doesn't want to hear that. Mm-hmm. But he's a little bit of a favorite, but it's certainly not easy. He needs like one of two like Green Bay receivers to get like 15 points.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, then he's fine unless Juwan Johnson gets 17 or something like that.
Oh my God.
So it's
oh my God.
It's gonna be a nipper.
Oh man, the best ball sweat sounds stressful.
Yeah, well, this is a lot of money, dude. This is big.
Yeah. No, I get it.
It's the equity, but I mean, forget that. I mean, it puts him in the running for like $1 million.
Yeah, that's wild, Brody. Let's do it, man. We're pulling for you here.
And I'm sorry if I didn't explain that right, Brody, but I was there. And you know me, I'm usually never in the Discord like sweating all that much.
Yeah,
so I was like sweating literally every play.
Oh man. Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry I missed it, but I'm kind of glad I missed it. I would have felt terrible.
Oh, you would have killed yourself on his behalf. I mean, because think if it bothered me to believe me, it was really a nasty one. It really was.
That's brutal.
Because I was doing the math on like the second to last drive. I'm like, okay, at this point, he either needs to get the touchdown or exactly like 2 catches with the right amount of yards. But when he did that, I was doing like the math in my head when he caught that second ball. I'm like, did he get there? I'm like, oh no, he missed by 0.12. So now he needed a touchdown, but then it went to the other guy, whoever else, Scotty Miller, got the touchdown. Shit, what I do? So Scotty Miller caught the touchdown, but then they needed the ball back. And then when they got the ball back, I thought he was like 99%.
Yeah.
And then, there's always that 1%. That's the problem.
Oh man. That's crazy. I'm really glad because I played one big lineup last night and it was I cashed deep, but I had McMillan as my captain. Yeah, McMillan was my captain, my only lineup. So I would have been tilted for Rody most of all, but then a little bit for myself too.
Yeah. I'm gonna try one more time to do these, but I mean, we're gonna really have the time to do a full run here. I mean, I might just go with these freaking Utah guys. I don't know what to do. Quick end to the night, at least. I mean, like,
yeah,
you guys don't get there. I don't know. It's like,
I mean, somebody's probably going to get there, but like with Utah, it could be like Johnny Juzang, the 10th man kind of a deal.
Jeez, I don't even know who that is.
He was a UCLA kid, so I know him. Like I always liked his game, but he's just not at the NBA level of it.
Wait, so who do we think is going to be great value? You think these Washington guys and Chicago guys?
So I think that Washington, and I'm going to double check because I'm just I jumped over to football because I noticed that
like playing Utah isn't going to bother me because I'm getting the Milwaukee guys anyway.
Yeah. To me, I really felt like it's a spend up. Well, I thought it was going to be a spend up. Oh, Micah Potter is starting. Jesus.
For who? For what team?
For Utah.
Oh my God.
So he's 3K. Wait, is he in fact starting? Why is he starting? Oh, I guess because it's for Collins.
What does this mean to the average man?
That's weird. I was not expecting that one.
And that's 7:00?
Yep.
That's in 8 minutes?
Yeah, they've got him as the second best point per dollar on SaberSim.
Oh, they updated already?
Yeah.
Well,
but that happened really fast.
Back to here.
You got Svi, you got 2 3K guys starting. Svi is probably going to lose a lot of those minutes to Jordan Clarkson. I actually don't think Svi's going to look as good because the Potter's going to stand out even more, I think. Maybe not. They dropped Potter. They just dropped it a bunch.
Yeah, they only have him projected for like 14 points.
They just had him at 7X a minute ago, and now they've got him at 5X.
I guess they don't think he's going to play that much somehow.
They're just changing their projections, like left and right.
They're guessing like everybody else.
Yeah. But it is Utah. I mean, I'm saying they're going to play like 10, 11 guys.
What do you think his ownership's going to be?
Potter?
I think it's going to be like 12. What do you think about that?
I think it might be a little like higher than that, but maybe that's not a terrible guess.
They haven't projected 30% ownership, but only 14 fantasy points. Now
that's so weird.
That doesn't work.
That doesn't make any sense.
That I'm not a believer.
Well, they just had him at 7.5x, and then they dropped it. So they haven't changed the ownership yet. They've only changed the projection.
Okay. Well, I promise you this: that if I use a projection of 14 and ownership projection of 35, you will not be in lineups. I promise you that.
Yeah, I'm confused about this situation. I'm kind of glad I'm not, guys. I'm not gonna be able to edit anything. Right after we do this, I'm just gonna be moving boxes all night long. But I would be going just nuts with this slate. It's just wild. Terry Rozier just got ruled out. I don't know if that's going to mean much, but it usually would mean something. But I don't think on this slate it's going to matter as much. I guess no. Drew Smith. Drew Smith's a really good play.
For what team?
We knew he was going to be out, though. I think I was sort of expecting he was going to be out. Rozier, for Miami. I'm really surprised they're not giving Potter more.
Well, maybe like they're onto it, maybe.
Now they dropped his ownership, though, too, down to 3%. Now I kind of would want to play him. That's the problem. I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't just play Luka, like mini stack of the Bulls game, whatever from Utah, and then play Luka and play one of the other, either Embiid or Wemby. That would be my take. I think Embiid's going to have a huge game tonight. I really do.
Embiid?
I just have a feeling.
I mean, he had a good game the other night.
And it's also like, I mean, he's projected to have like no ownership. He's 9,600. It's against his French brethren, whatever.
It's a tough matchup, though, to play him.
Wemby's a great defender, but it's like Embiid is just outweighs him by like 65 pounds at least.
Well, I'm aware.
I don't think that like Embiid's like, I always think of Wemby as more like he defends everybody. It's not like you can't go through him for a guy who outweighs him by, whatever, 75 pounds. And I've got to change all my football lineups, because Valdez Scantling is not playing.
Valdez Scantling is out?
Yeah. Well, he's got a 0 projection. Let me just see. Did they announce he was out or something? Yeah, they did. Yeah. Okay, good. I didn't miss. I thought I was losing it for a second. I mean, I talk about having no receivers. This might be the worst receiving core. It's Dante Pettis is the receiver 1, probably. No, who's the receiver 1?
Maybe Cedric Wilson, whatever.
I think it is Pettis. He's the wide receiver 1, and he's 1K. Now I don't need to do. I was going to play the Chris Brooks and the other backup running back Wilson, but now there's just no reason. No reason to force it anyway. And this is the slate where you should be leaving like a lot. I'm gonna cap my spending up at 49. I think it's right, and I'm gonna go down to 40K as a minimum.
Well, what I talked about in my showdown thing, was this, and I ran the Sims with this. I think that the only way to really play is to. This is like going to be really gross, and you're probably going to lose. I think you only play one of Jacobs and Love. I don't think you play them both.
That's interesting.
I mean, if you play both of them, I mean, they're literally going to be like 80% owned. Like both of them in lineups, I think.
Right. But don't you just need the raw points at this point?
You do, but everybody else is going to have them.
Okay.
I mean, just everybody else. I mean, you want to play one lineup, sure, but I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, but like you've got other guys. Like everybody's going to play Pettis, but you could play Cedric Wilson at a fraction of the ownership. I don't know. I just think there's other ways to get different.
Okay.
Kevin Austin Jr. might be the wide receiver. Well, we don't know who it is. I don't know if they have any idea who it is. I guess it's Juwan Johnson is the answer. Unfortunately for
Rhodey, yeah. But that game, there's such macro issues in that game. Dude, I'll tell you this: he got to be really hurt for not getting up to going back to Green Bay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's weird.
Right?
I wasn't ready for that. Like,
There's Rudy.
There's Rudy. Rudy's popping in. What's up, man?
No, Juwan Johnson is not the guy.
Yeah, that's a disaster.
I don't want it to be. I was just looking at who their receivers
They
are.
actually throw it to Foster Moreau quite a bit too.
They do.
Know? He's
They
got
do.
just as much ownership as
Juwan.
Juwan Johnson.
Yeah, and he's still got to get a lot, right? 17, is that right?
No, he's just got to get over 11. But as long as my guys score more than him, we're fine. But he's got only over 11.2 all season twice. His highest this season's only been 15.
Okay.
All season, so
that's a little more encouraging.
It's definitely a sweat tonight for sure.
Yeah.
What's the number again that he needs? I'll look at the Discord again.
Yeah, I'll have to pull the link up. It's like 11.3 or something.
Oh, you need more than that.
Oh, I need 13.41.
Between Watson and who's the other one?
Dobbs.
So one of those has to get 13.41.
Yeah. Prefer one gets 20. I think both of them had a decent game last week. But Reed didn't do anything last week. And Reed's got a good matchup this week.
Dude, you just need to get there in the first half. Just the game's gonna be over, man. It's like they're gonna stop. I think they're gonna stop throwing the ball.
I know that's the worry too, is they take the foot off the gas. I also got a couple $20 milli ones that just need Josh Jacobs. I think I need 18 from Jacobs in one, and then I need 29 in another one.
How many players are left in that one, Rudy?
That's a bigger one. The $20 milli is much bigger. So that'll be like 1,000 people or so next week for the final. Versus the 555 is only 38 people.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, so that's why it's so much. I need to get that 555 one through.
Yeah.
That matters a lot. And it's $1 million to first out of 38 people. So
man.
Yeah. 10 grand for last place. So
I thought it was 8,900, right? That's what I thought it was. Okay.
Yeah, it's like 70,000 thousand.
There's 89,000 equity, but it's like 10,000 for
right.
Right.
Yeah, so everyone's like, "Oh, you're winning a 80,000 at whatever price ticket it is."
Technically,
and it's only 10 grand for last, but I mean, like it's quick to get up to those bigger prizes,
Oh
so,
yeah.
Yeah, you can get up there to decent money.
That's awesome.
So
that lineup's got everybody left in it too. It's got a good floor, so it can place high up.
I'm curious right now to see what this Utah turkey came in at as far as ownership goes.
Oh, did that guy in lock at 7?
Yeah, I'm curious what happened too. You know what it's giving me tonight, by the way, in the Sims? They are almost not letting me play Josh Jacobs.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. I actually forced in like a little bit of him.
If it comes down to just passing it to Watson on a bomb, I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I like the Watson. I've got 20% of that Watson.
Micah Potter was 6.8% owned.
Okay, we'll see.
Wow.
How about the Svi? What was Svi owned?
Look at it right here. Let's see if we can find it.
I can't see.
Oh, am I sharing or no?
Yeah. I'm just on the laptop. So
Svi is 4.6%.
Okay. Well, people maybe be hip to this Utah thing. So
Alvin Thompson was 28.
Yeah, he was the one I thought would get the boost from the who was out?
Yeah, nobody had the time to do this. I'm telling you.
That's wild.
Nobody had time to adjust for this.
But I honestly don't even know that the adjustment's right because there's all that value later too.
Yeah, this was whatever. Okay, so what do we have? So now I have to redo even the football projections with no MVS.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still don't have him. I don't even see a thing on Underdog that he was out. I see he's out on DraftKings. Some projection sites still have him in. So
that's really weird because he said it was out, right?
I'm still waiting on. I haven't got an update on some.
Yeah, it says in SaberSim too.
Is he in there? I haven't loaded my sim build.
Yeah, MVS it says is out.
Okay.
Well, let's.
I really am shocked though that of all games that he'd missed this one.
Well, and there's another pretty nice revenge game spot here too.
Which is that?
The Jamal Williams.
Yeah, with no Kamara tonight, he could get more usage too.
Yeah, it's true.
I just feel like they're going to be down the whole game. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
I hope, but
after a couple of Dobbs and Watson touchdowns.
Yeah, a couple Watson touchdowns. Yeah, I'll be happy then.
No.
Dobbs had 2 touchdowns last week in 19, so that's all I need if he does it again. So
Yeah,
dude, I mean, people
either
are saying,
Dobbs or Watson's the guy. So
people are saying, "Oh, what a terrible game, dude! This is the game. This is where it's all about." This is sweat.
This is prime time. You can't go light tonight.
Yep.
Got to show them. They got to put that 50 bomb on there. Show them they can score points.
That's why New Orleans might have to run the ball just to like store some mortar. You know what I mean? Like, because they can't get like down 3 scores in like the first 6 minutes or something, and then they start like airing it out. This
is where I really tried to no ball this one when I was talking about this when I did my preview earlier. So, like, what is New Orleans going to do like at the beginning? It's because the great thing about sports is that at the beginning of every single game, it's 0-0. Okay, and everybody, to some degree, thinks they can win the game. Right? They're not chasing yet. They're not adjusting yet. So Green Bay gets wins the toss. They defer. Ball gets kicked. New Orleans comes out there. What do you think they're going to do? I mean, I guess they could try to establish the run, but I think they come out, drop Rattler back, and just let him take off.
I think so too.
I think Rattler's I think Rattler's a good player.
I think he's a good play. I don't think he's a good player, but I think he's a good play.
Yeah, well, no one on New Orleans right now is a good player.
Yeah, he actually might be. I like the way he plays. He's a little bit of a slinger. So I like that idea. It's just it's like who you're playing him with exactly.
I don't think. Listen, there's going to be 80 million. There's 80,000 people in the cold in Green Bay cheering bloody murder. I mean, is New Orleans really just going to run the ball up the middle the first? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think they're going to do that. That's literally giving up. The first play of the game.
Yeah,
I think they're going to come out and just try to get some stupid shit going. And who knows, But I think that Rattler is a good play. Unfortunately, I think Juwan Johnson's a good play. And I kind of like a Jamal Williams tonight.
Yeah, I think that's a reasonable thing to take a shot.
But listen, we're talking about at most, I think, 2 players from New Orleans in your lineups, right? I mean. Yeah. I'll be contrarian like anybody else, but I mean, you're a 14-point underdog. Even if like you do my theory where you go 7 points either way, even if you're going to play a 7-point game, I mean, I still don't know if I could play 3 Saints. I mean, maybe. I mean, you're going to be contrarian if you do. What am I going to do?
Rattler, Kendre Miller, and either Juwan Johnson or Kelvin Austin.
I guess so.
Something like that, or Blake Rupe.
So. Well, those would be the 3, best ones.
Yeah.
Field goals. They kick a lot of field goals, maybe. Yeah.
I don't think they're live for field goals this game either. I don't know. Well, a field goal sort of, as opposed to extra points. I just don't think that they're live for. I don't think the kickers are that live for points.
Yeah, I don't like him either.
Saints.
Sheets, what do you think about that? What do you think about it? The capping. I'm capping my salary at at 49,000, and then I'm going down to 40,000. I think I'd even go more aggressive with it, possibly. Jeez, do you think it's?
Yeah, I usually don't like to mess with the salaries on that.
I think you're going to get there anyway.
Yeah, because the pricing's so cheap on these guys, you can get there.
That's why you got to drop below the 45 minimum, because I think it's very likely that it'll line up less than 45,000 wins this.
Yeah, I got a question for you, Rhodey. I mean, you obviously followed the Packers. Why is Dontavian Wicks like so cheap? Is he out of the rotation now?
I mean, just Watson and Dobbs was out a couple of weeks, so he was getting a lot more work.
Okay.
Now he's back, and Dobbs looked good last week again. So I don't think Wicks even got a catch last.
Really? Okay.
I don't even know if he was on the field. I don't remember seeing him out.
He got 3 points last week. It looked like he got 1 or 2 catches.
Yeah, I'm just wondering what happened to him this year. I mean, I know he's good. I mean.
Well, that's the thing. They've got 5 good receivers, basically.
Yeah, when their starters go out, like Dobbs or Watson go out, they bring in Wicks, they bring in Malik Heath. Even that Bo Melton's been.
I'm not playing anymore. He hurt my feelings too much. He never gets a snap. What did they activate Musgrave, by the way?
I didn't see anything. It still shows him IR, but that wasn't the next question. I was watching for that, but
He's officially questionable. Yeah, I mean it's.
yeah, it looks like they got Ben Sims and Fitzpatrick still on the roster.
No, someone should look at that because look that up. If
we're looking at it right now. There's no news on it.
Yeah, there's no.
I'll take a look at the.
They have to, either activated him or not at 4
Not
o'clock.
yet. They could do it in the next 20 minutes.
Not as far as activating him from IR. But okay.
Oh, excuse me. I think he is activated from the IR, but I just don't think he's. I think he's still questionable officially.
All right.
He's got a projection.
Well, I think that's good.
Does he got one on Saberson?
3.
But 3.
Yeah.
They
3 hours ago, they activated Luke Musgrave.
They said he'll play tonight.
What's that? Rody?
They activated Luke Musgrave off of IR, so he should be getting a projection.
3 is a lot. It's like
3 might be like the 5th highest scoring player on this slate.
But 3 is, but no, for what his role is, 3 is like a lot. I mean,
3. I didn't say 3 points. I said 3 hours ago. Sorry.
No, but he is projected at 3 points.
Oh, you have him for 3.
No, he's projected at 1.3.
Oh, 1.3.
Seems pretty low. I'll throw him into a lineup. It's pretty crazy because it was really his job. Like we all knew Kraft was like good, but like Kraft has just been incredible.
No, but the only problem I have with these like Bo Meltons and like all this stuff for the Packers is that, I mean, by the time these guys get in the game, like they're not going to need to throw to them,
Right.
Yeah, the only hopes is they get one of the touchdowns, like when Melton scored that one or Heath got that one in the back of the end zone. They come in for that, but like they're not getting a lot of work anymore for points. So you only can hope they get a touchdown.
I mean, you want to play slow at angles. I mean, play the backup running backs. Play Emmanuel, whatever.
Yeah,
what I was going to do, but
probably a better play.
There's just too much value now. Like they really
are going. You're leaving a lot of salary. Yeah,
I feel weird about it, man. They really don't want you playing Jacobs. The Sims hate him.
My optimal lineup will be Jacobs tonight. I think that's what it's looking like.
Yeah, maybe I'll just play Jacobs in like a big buy-in or something, but I don't know. It just feels weird that it keeps giving me literally 0 of them.
Well, I did that McMillan last night too in my captain. I mean, we were off to about to score a big night.
Yeah,
I got 114th in the Wildcat with McMillan captain. He catches that.
Like right with you. I think I might have been
down. I'm way up there probably.
Rody, I think we were like might have had the same lineup, but that's right around where I was.
Yeah.
And I had McMillan captain also.
Yeah. It was probably pretty close. It was probably a chalkier build for me, but
I mean McMillan was what, 5%?
Yeah, captain ownership, we had him pretty good. But he's been big. He's been playing big. I mean, obviously scored a lot. He still scored more than Mike Evans last night by like 6-7 points. So
yeah.
He just a couple mistakes there, but
man, these Sims are loaded up on New Orleans. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I haven't ran anything. Yeah, I was gonna wait till I get some updates here on everything. I don't have everything.
Yeah, I'll wait a little bit.
I wish they had more. Underdog hasn't came out with anything on any of the other guys either, really. So that's weird.
We saw Kevin Austin do something recently, right?
Yeah, I like that Austin guy. I put Pettis into a lineup earlier, but I like Austin a little bit too.
Can't decide which ones to play.
I know you got me on that. I just built a lineup with Cedric Wilson that you mentioned a second ago as well.
Mm-hmm.
He's 1-2. Austin's 3-2, and
God, they made Kendre Miller expensive.
Yeah, they did.
Sure did.
I should probably get him in some lineups just to be.
He's my highest used captain.
Different.
Well, I'll share with you guys what I shared in the thing. I mean, just so you know, there's all kinds of coach speak that it's totally a timeshare there.
They
didn't even like him, really. They've had problems with him.
Kendre and Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'll bite.
Maybe it's a double RB night. Kendre Miller, Jamal Williams.
Yeah.
Nobody would play that.
I wouldn't play them both, but listen, if you play like a lineup that works with Kendre Miller, for example, and then like all those Packers you like, dude, just freaking leave 6,000 on the table and like drop from freaking Miller to Jamal Williams.
You're selling me sheets.
I mean, it's definitely like It's definitely a bridge in Brooklyn. I'm selling you, but it's I've made worse plays. I mean,
yeah,
like 70% of my lineups in DFS yesterday. Meanwhile, I was 100% right. I would let you guys know that the Patriots did in fact win the Millie Maker.
Wait a minute, what are you talking about?
Oh, you didn't see my post.
No, I saw the Millionaire Maker winner. I didn't see the Patriots.
Yeah, he had one Patriot.
Oh, it was Butte.
Yeah, he won Patriot.
Yeah, I went with the wrong one too. I went with Demario Douglas in my 5-5-5 build yesterday in my one, so
yeah,
I just picked the wrong guy. So,
dude, when's the last time you've been doing this a long time? There's no chance that it's even been close to this many running backs getting over 30 in 1 week.
yeah, it was.
That was incredible. It was so fast too. Like, and it couldn't. If you felt so good, I felt so good about everything we said because for a minute it was like you're winning $250,000, and then somebody else would break a 40-yard touchdown run, and everything would go away.
How about Jonathan Taylor though? Huh? That was good.
Yeah, the bounce back Jonathan Taylor. You called it. The one that was
pretty nasty troll. Him being on my best ball team that he cost me last week by dropping the ball. Didn't let me.
Oh my god, that's brutal. The one that was really annoying though for me was the Cleveland Jerome Ford. I felt like could have put up like 50.
Yeah.
Every time he touched the ball, like every single time he broke something.
The first possession, really, he did have 60 yards like the first possession.
Yeah, and then they pull him out at the 1 yard line, and the back of other running back fumbles at the goal line. Like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that was terrible. They put him in, and he did that.
He still had like 26 fantasy points, but he could have had like I swear he could have felt like he could have had 50.
Who, Ford?
Yeah. He was a great
Ford was in one of my lineups too.
He was on one of the winning lineups in the Wildcat or some one of those. Actually, he might have been on the Millionaire Maker. And the Caleb Williams, my highest owned quarterback. The Caleb stacks won the 555 Millionaire Maker.
Yep. Yeah, I had some good ones there. I was deep. I was in good shape at the FanDuel Million and some of those.
Yeah.
You had to score like a lot.
I finished second in one of the 3 maxes.
Oh, really?
But not the big ones. That was like a $15 3 max.
Oh, whatever.
Yes, it was. I think maybe my best score 202. What was a better one than that?
Yeah, I don't know about this. I definitely think that Josh Jacobs might have slept with Andy Baldacci's wife or something like that from SaberSim. I think that I think that there's something. I think there's something going on here.
It's crazy, man. Right?
Yeah.
They won't let me play him.
And this is what you do when you try to lock him in. It won't let you play him either.
It's crazy. It yelled at me literally the first second I asked for 40% of him in the flex, and it was like, no, that was the first thing I did. Wasn't gonna let me do that. All right. Let's see.
Heisman winner Travis Hunter.
It's also a rough move because my girlfriend's out of town. She's in Chile with her family for the holidays. And then she's coming home with her brother, but I have to leave on the 26th. So I'm here for one night. So I'm super stressed about getting this stuff unloaded.
I mean, it's possible. Okay. I'm going to actually go into the, I am.
You're doing it.
No. I'm going into the SaberSim Discord channel and see if there's any talk about this. Because this is a little bit ridiculous. Let's see. Nobody's even bringing it up at all.
All right, maybe I'll do my couple 20 max builds here and see what I get.
No, I'm telling you, he's totally locked out of all
this. They didn't give me. They literally eliminated him from my player pool.
Yeah.
No way.
Yep.
Yeah, you're not allowed to play him.
And meanwhile, they've got him projected at 9 points higher than anybody else.
Yeah. Oh, here's interesting, by the way. Jameer Alexander is out. Jair Alexander.
Jair Alexander. That's little.
He's been out
Oh, he's
Yeah, he hasn't played in a while actually. But I mean, it'd be nice if he did play, but they don't need him tonight, I don't think.
God, I really thought that for a minute that New England to 10-1 was going to come through. You can't get better than 10-1 on a regular season game.
Yeah, it's rough there.
They almost had it, man.
Well, dude, when you have the best quarterback in football on the other side, I mean, it's kind of tough.
Yeah. Oh God, why did you re-quote me? I can't believe you did that to me. She's just in some kind of a mood today. The first thing I see at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, I've seen that. Sheets was going right at Bobby.
So, like, what does Lamar have to do to earn anybody's respect? I don't get it.
Dude, between the two of them, they have 0 Super Bowls or whatever. It's like
I'm sort of trolling people when I write it too, because I know that there's this camp of whatever. I think Josh Allen's amazing. I just like to provoke people a little bit on that one.
Maybe I'll just do it. Just play no Josh Jacobs and trust the system. Oh God.
I've got him 24%, but I do have him as a captain in my biggest buy-in.
You're right. I got 0.
I told you. Not allowed to play him. That's it.
Every single person from SaberSim.
Wait, I got 3 lineups out of 40 with him in the captain.
How'd you do that? How'd you do that? You must be
I just ran generic build. Just ran the Sims with 40 lineups.
Interesting.
Just the small dollar stuff, maxes, but
you should just fade just for solidarity. Fade Juwan Johnson entirely, or lock him in, one or the other.
Lock him in for full hedge.
Yeah, I got quite a bit of him actually. I got like 31 lineups of the 40. Or actually, no, I built 68 lineups. Sorry,
dude. You watch what happens. You'll see like two snaps into the game, like Josh Jacobs will come like limping off the field, and like SaberSim subscriptions will go up by like 5,000 tomorrow. Okay, so here's actually going to be an interesting experiment. I'm going to run stuff on FanDuel and see if
it comes up there. Yeah. I have to run. I've got a delivery thing that's coming right now, so I'm gonna have to run.
We're with Brody. We're chilling.
Okay, you guys have a good one. Good luck tonight, guys.
Yeah, good luck.
So what do we think, Brody? We're gonna take this shit down with the best ball.
I need to, man. That'd be huge.
I mean, you totally don't want to hear this, but you're definitely the favorite.
I don't know, man.
I know. You're like, take your math and stick it. I get it. I understand. I understand all of it. I'm not a favorite until the freaking box scores final. Yeah, I understand.
It's brutal. I wish I would have had the lead going into tonight, though, without these guys. I didn't want to use these guys tonight.
Right.
I wanted these guys to be insurance policy, but it sucks. But yeah, we were close. Almost did that. The worst part is yesterday, Sheets, I had a huge lead. I was up by 50 points in that best ball contest.
Oh, really?
And Ryan Thomas came alive. Kittle came alive. It just became
dude, that whole freaking slate came alive.
I mean, like a shit show late. Debo even had a big second.
Crazy, right?
I'm like, where did all these guys all of a sudden come out? Now everyone's right next to
me. I'm sitting here like 1 quarter into the game, like the Philly games. Oh, I don't have Barkley. I'm dead. Right?
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Barkley's nowhere near like the top of anything. I don't think.
Well, he ran like 140 yards or something, over 100 yards in the first quarter.
Yeah.
He got 41 yards the rest of the game. Like what? Yeah, I had him in a bunch of I needed him to do more, and Gibbs, both of them guys started to slow down. I'm like, come on. Just brutal for me. Great start and just didn't finish it. Yeah, I have no Jacobs, man. I'm down to 0 out of these.
I told you they're really mean today. They don't want.
When's the update?
But I'm telling you, something weird with the DraftKings because on FanDuel you're getting them, even on SaberSim.
Yeah, maybe the touchdown equity is better over there.
I'm going to tell you what it is. You're not going to like it. I've done this a bunch, and I've used SaberSim more than anybody. I legitimately think there's some like glitch in the algorithm tonight.
Really?
Yeah, I do. I think.
So are you manually adding?
I don't know. No, I don't know where it is. No, yeah. You know what I'm going to do probably. my big take was going to be that I didn't want them both. I was going to do max one. So I'm probably going to play 50% Jacobs and 50% Love, but keep them out of each other's lineups. I think that's what I'm going to do. But I'll manually do it. Like I'll lock him in to like if I play 100 lineups, for example, I'll play 50 of them and lock in Jacobs and X out Love and do it.
I gotcha.
I've just seen this before. I used to do this with MMA. Like I couldn't get a guy like into a lineup when you simmed it, and I don't know what it is. And I know if you ask in a situation like that, I'm telling you, if you ask SaberSim, they're going to give you some. I don't want to say double talk, but they'll say, "Well, it must be something to do with the distribution of the result." You know what I mean? Like if you get 0 of a guy that projects 5 points better than the next guy, it's probably something off.
Yeah, I don't think you should get 0. Yeah, he's like the top projected guy.
That's my.
Wow.
And I'm shocked that no one else is talking about it. But whatever, it is what it is. We'll see. We'll see how popular he is. If he comes out like if only like 20% captured or something like that, then we'll know that SaberSim basically dominates the whole industry, right?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. He's probably gonna make my optimal big single entry lineup.
Yeah, he should.
He'll be a captain in that.
Who came up with a good idea in the Discord earlier when I was doing my thing earlier? Someone wanted to play Jacobs in the captain. Excuse me, in the flex, and instead of play the blowout angle by just playing Packers defense in the captain. And you go Packers defense, Josh Jacobs, Reed, and then like a whole bunch of other stuff. That's not usually the way I play, but it's definitely a different way to play without getting too crazy.
Yeah, I built a couple Packers lineups earlier today, too. They're priced a little expensive, but. Well, it looks like I'm going to have to load up Juwan Johnson today. It's going to be what it is.
You have to load up Juwan Johnson?
Seems I'm getting a lot of them. It's a good spot for Jaden Reed today, too, so I'm a little worried about that over Watson and Dobbs. That's why I'm not feeling really good about it. But if I look at my main my main captains are Miller. Surprisingly, Kenry Miller. Then Reed, Watson, Dobbs, Rattler, Love, Kraft, Austin. Quite interesting in a 40 build, small dollar. Definitely weird with no Jacobs in any of the lineups. So,
what's it? 820, right? I mean, as a matter of fact, this is gonna be my. I could post in the Sabres in this. I just really don't want to start a holy war. But I'm gonna guess that like if you run this again at 8:00, I think you'll get Jacobs. That's my opinion. I think that there'll be people that come in and say, "What the hell's going on?" And then there's going to be something.
You didn't see no comments in there already?
You see stuff already?
No. Did you see anything in there?
Nothing.
Oh, nothing.
But I know what happens if people say, "Any reason why I'm getting no Jacobs?" There's no. I mean, you can't. That's a really weird question. How can somebody respond to that? Well, I don't know. The Sims are what they are. Like that's what they would say.
Yeah, and it hasn't been updated since 7:06, so you're right. Maybe that next update, something changes.
Yeah, we'll see.
I usually don't run mine until right about 8 anyway, usually. That's why I didn't have it up when we first started talking about it.
Well, let me ask you this. Like, before you hit Sim, are you still not getting any? Or are you getting a whole
I had him 3 captain lineups. Well, that was out of the 68 lineups. I changed it to the 40 lineups that I was MMA.
So you still weren't getting that much even with
only one, he was in one lineup, but then I forgot I added 1% to him myself. So then I changed that, and he ended up exiting.
We're gonna do some forensic accounting here. I'm gonna look into the spreadsheets you're pulling. First, let me late swap these freaking NBA lineups. What a disaster this NBA is today. Do you play NBA anymore or no?
I just can't. I don't have.
It's so brutal. It's so ridiculous. You have no idea what happened. Like 9 minutes before lock today, like the whole slate, like 40 different changes happened.
It sounded brutal.
And then they had like one guy who was an outstarter that no one had heard of, and his projection went from like 0 to like 27, like back to 0. Like it's like So
Crazy.
hold on, let's see.
Yeah, Jacobs 24 projection in the highest out of anybody. 6 points above Love, 18. I got 0 of them. Wow.
Yeah. Yep. Hold on, let's put this in.
Crazy.
Don't do this.
Come on, Watson, just go for 30. Let's do it.
Then you're greedy for 30.
I know.
You don't need 30.
I don't need 30, but I just want it early so I can just call it. No stress. Don't even got to worry about Juwan Johnson at that point. He'd have to score like 27.
Yeah.
28 actually, but
5, maybe 6 minutes. Tank charging EMP.
wonder what is the weather tonight? I forgot I should look the weather up.
We're in Green Bay?
Yeah, I didn't see if
I bet you it's cold.
I knew it was going to be cold. I didn't know if there's any snow or anything tonight.
I'll tell you this, it's cold here.
Yeah, we got a little snow in Michigan. We're just east of them. Snowing a little bit right now, and it's cold. It's in the 20s.
This is what we got to do. We got to get in the right flow, in the right mental state, right, for this. So we're watching. Watching the end of the Matrix for like the 4,000th time right now. Got to get into that mode where everything's in like total slow motion, like at the end. We'll figure. I'm telling you, we'll figure. I'm gonna figure out. Let me just get this late swap lineup in here in the in FanDuel for NBA, and then I will totally research this football thing.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till run the final build delayed or start
We got
working.
50 minutes. We got like all day.
Yeah. So the temps tonight's games are going to be around 30 degrees, light winds, so not worried there. There is a little bit of possibility of light precipitation up to some snow flurries, but nothing crazy like we've seen a couple games this year where we had a big snow game.
So no snow or anything like that.
No, it could be a little flurries, but no, it's probably just a little drizzle and it goes away. So no major snow. Seems they're late around here tonight for the projections to update.
Yeah, I'm telling you, SaberSim's getting overloaded right now.
Ooh, here's an optimal lineup that I like tonight using all 50K salary. Josh Jacobs captain, Pettis, Foster Moreau.
Moreau, there you go.
Rattler, Miller, and Love. 4 Saints is going to be in my main lineup tonight. Wow. With Jacobs captain and Love in the lineup. That just worries me a little bit because that just means they think Love's going to spread it around to Reed, Dobbs, Kraft, Watson, and nobody's going to have like a 20-point game. So I'm a little worried about that.
Okay, now let me ask you this. When you did the football, did you you just use the regular SaberSim projections, right?
For what?
Or did you use mine? Or what'd you use for
football? Normally I usually just run Saber.
Yeah, no. We're trying to test to see what gets you 0 and what doesn't.
Yeah, I've been just running normal. So that was just a normal SaberSim.
Just SaberSim.
With the Sims though, but neither of them gave me anything, Sims or not Sims. So
let's see this. Let's do this right now. Right now for the fans here. All right. So I ran just a regular thing. Now without even running the Sims yet, I'd be getting 71% Josh Jacobs.
So did something change then? Because you weren't getting them before, you said, right?
No. I never looked before as far as not running the Sims. I just looked at the Sims. But now when you run the Sims, let's run the Sims here. Now let's see what changes.
I'll rebuild mine and see what I get before the Sims again.
Let's see. Now, when I run the Sims, I'm getting 1.3% in the captain, and in the flex, I'm getting literally 0. So why would that be? Well,
Wow.
here's one thing we could do. So check this out. Let's. Ooh, I was gonna.
I almost got 100% Jacobs captain in 68 lineups. When no Sims, I rebuilt my build before Sims. Got him 92% captain.
Well, let's try something else. So
Before
let's check this out. So let's, instead of using the regular field for that, okay? So it says flagship MME.
Yeah.
So instead of that, let's just sim it to say build 1. Right? Okay. Let's see this. Let's hit. So let's do this. Let's do all of them to build 1.
But you don't think SaberSim has that in their logarithm when say, hey, this guy's way owned. We want to be like way under the field and be 0 of them.
Yeah,
Leverage the field with the sim?
but I don't think I don't think when the guy projects that much higher that makes any sense.
That was Pope's question. I was in the chat too about it. If they're trying to get off to get different,
I know that's the argument. But I still don't think that's good enough of an argument to justify 0. So let's just see. Let's do this again. Now, what we did was we changed the fields to, instead of being whatever SaberSim wanted at the beginning, we okay. So now let me do this. Aha! Aha! So if you change the target field to build 1, which, for example, build 1 was just a regular SaberSim build. Now you're getting a very representative thing. So there's something to do with the field of lineups that it's using, like this main flagship MME field. So what we could do, so first thing you're going to want to do is probably change this. So let's see if there's anything else we can change it to. So instead of using that field, let's see, we'll do field lineups, and instead of doing the flagship NME, which was in there before, wait, where is it? Hang on. Field lineups.
Yeah, but I did some not flagship MME stuff earlier too, and it still wasn't giving me.
No, but I'm telling you, but that's all based on SaberSim's stock fields.
Yeah, so I don't think we could change. We can't change. Just go to a different field, and I don't think it would change though. Go to like 20 max.
What I did with build 1. So if you use your own 5,000 that you built as the representative field,
yeah,
then you get like a more normal distribution. So if you have faith that, so for example, so build 1, and I built it just with SaberSim's whatever. Okay, so let's just say you tell me whether you think that this field is sort of representative. So this field, it's got 1,000 lineups in it. Okay, this has, for example, this has 43% Jacobs captain. Forget what we're playing, right? This is just a field, right? 43% Jacobs captain, 12% Love captain, 9% Country Miller captain. And then when you look at the flex, it's 63% Jordan Love, 37% Jacobs, what you'd expect, right?
Yeah, what you expect, yeah.
So if that's the case, then you could use this field as your comparison field. And that's what I'm going to do, actually. Whether it's this build or the 5,000 that I'm building my own projections, that's what you're supposed to do. You build your pool, and then you use that as the comparison. Otherwise, if you compare it to whatever they got going on with the stock fields right now, is just something's flawed. You know what I mean? It's just getting you 0 of all these guys.
So I redid that too for my lineups. I'm still getting so much Jacobs in the captain.
Right.
90%, 39 of 40 lineups of him in the captain. So I changed it to build 1 for those when I ran the Sims. Did you run a new build or like so
you saw what I did?
Yeah, you changed them in the contest right where you're doing it right now.
Well,
I should. I'll run a new build to that line.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Yeah, let me run a new build here. I think that's what I screwed up.
I didn't come here to tell you how this is going to end. I came here to tell you how it's going to begin.
So we'll build lineups. I changed them in the contest, so then we'll run new lineups. Still haven't got any updates for ownership or projection updates in here, so no new info from 706.
No, there's not going to be any change, I don't think.
I don't think there would be much either.
I'm telling you, there's something with that stock field that's screwy. So what I would do, I'm telling you, you build. So
now I got captain 60% owner or 60.
Right.
Well, hang on, I'm still working the Sims right now. Still not getting a good amount of them.
So I built something here with 2,000 lineups, and then I got to go back into contest and change it to that build. So, like for example, you come back here, and then I got to change this to, instead of build 2, I'll go to build 5 because I just built this new build here. I called it build 5.
So you change it to your build that you're working in?
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So now mine popped up build 2, and now I want it to be build 2.
Yeah, exactly.
For the ones that I'm working on, the 220 maxes I'm doing.
Yeah. And then after we do that, now it's set. Like you see, like now it's all set.
Yeah,
Just
mine is,
build 5.
yeah.
Then we can go back here, and now we can just run the Sims, and then it's going to compare it to those at least.
So you run Sims again?
Yeah. Once you change it, then you got to rerun it. You got to resim.
Okay.
And then we do that.
Someone goes, "Did Cheats just win us a ton of money?"
No, but we just learned something. I think. That's
well,
okay.
I mean, if you, man, I'm still getting, I'm getting like almost all captains still, like 90%.
That's okay, right?
No, I'm fine with that. I mean, some of my projections were getting. You're using your projections though too, right?
Right on this particular one, yeah.
Versus me, I'm using the regular saber.
Yeah. But so here, this would be like what I would get after simming. Here now, I'm not getting like these. I'm getting like all the Jacobs as opposed to getting 0. Like getting all the Jacobs at least makes some sense.
But you're pretty high with him too. You're 74% Jacobs captain,
right?
Out of 153 lineups.
That's
I'm
what
talking.
I'm saying.
Yeah, 35 of 40. I'm getting them, but yeah.
So we're on the same page here.
Yeah.
And now I can go back to what I was going to do. Is at least now I'm getting at least I'm like operating on the same page here. Now what I think I'm going to do for myself is do those rules that I talked about earlier, being max 1 Jacobs Love, and then the other stuff I did. I'm going to do max 1 of the running backs. I don't think they're both going to get there. I just think it's going to be an overall low scoring game. So I don't know if you can play two running backs like that.
Yeah, because right now you're almost getting Jacobs. I'm getting Jacobs exclusively captain, and then Jordan Love exclusively in the flex, almost all lineups.
Right. So I'm gonna go. We're gonna go max 1 of anywhere. So this is how I'm gonna get pretty different, I think. So we're gonna do this all over again. So we're gonna go to rules. We have to go to a rebuild, right? So you got to do another build. And we're going to put rules into this one, right? But let's first, I'm going to re-up my projections. Right. And then where are my rules? Rules.
Look, right there next to filters, right? Or is that the rules you're talking about? Or are you using?
Where am I looking? Oh, right. Sorry. Okay. So we're going to build a new rule. And new rule. Manual. Edit players. So we're going to do. We got to do Josh Jacobs captain, and also where is Love? Where'd he go? Jordan Love. So we're going to select all 4 of these guys: Jacobs, Love, and we're going to go max 1. How can I click that? Right. And save group. And we're going to go max. We can do it exactly 1, but no more than 1 is fine. And then we're going to put studs, right? That's going to be the name of the rule. And then I want to make sure I don't just get 100% one of the other. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do probably a minimum or a max. So I'd like to do see, here's the problem. If I did max like 30%, this is what Saberson struggles with. If I do max, say 60% Jacobs, it's gonna still give me 100. Like, it'll give me like 40 in the captain and 60 in the flex. So, see, I'm only 60% because I only have him 60% in the flex. I wonder if that's going to do that. You know what? Let's find out. Let's build right here. Let's just see actually what I got.
So you're only going to get him either in the one of those guys in the captain or the flex at any time with that rule.
So right here, yeah. So here's the problem, right? So this is actually pretty interesting. So like I said, so I'm getting little of them in the flex. I'm getting like either in the captain or nothing.
Wow. So change it to captain. What are you getting in the captain?
So you captain, check it out. Like
all Jacobs still, yeah, with no Love. So you just like basically took Love out of the picture.
I did because
Love's barely in the flex.
So then what I can do then, right?
You can change your min-max exposure.
Exactly.
Add more Love, so then you'll get less Jacobs.
Yeah.
That 50-50 ratio that you want.
So let's go even 30. You know what I mean? Like whatever. Minimum 30.
Do you want him to be more in the flex, or you like him okay at the captain spot?
I can do either.
Okay. Yeah, now you dropped to 58 for Jacobs, and you're at 30 for Love. Now you balanced it a little bit.
That's fine. And then
your flex is still probably going to be kind of low, though.
Yeah, oh, yeah, definitely.
You're almost all still 90%, 80% captain, so there's only leaving 20% to divvy up them in the flex.
Right, but yeah, so that's giving me none of the receivers in the captain, which I would want. This is a little bit annoying.
Yeah, it's a little more tricky. I'm a little worried about adding that rule. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
Yeah, I like the idea behind it, though.
Well, I mean, we're going to keep the rule the way they are. I mean, we could then go into the flex, for example, and we could go min, like, where are these guys? Where do these guys go from the flex? Where do these studs go? Dobbs, Austin. So if we did minimum, for example, Jordan Love like 30 in the flex or 25.
Yeah, then it would put a lot of random guys captain. Probably you get more receivers.
That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. So if we did minimum 25 each in the captain, okay, and also minimum 25 each in the flex.
You'd be pretty. Yeah, that'd be quite a balance. Yeah.
So there's the captain. And this is obviously like not the way I usually play, right? And then again, so we'll go minimum 25 captain, minimum 25 flex. Let's apply it. Let's see if it yells at me. No, it's not. Oh, it's yelling at me a little bit, but not that bad.
You hit that.
Now what happened if I ran the Sims?
You didn't click apply though, did you? Or do you?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. It didn't yell at you. Oh, it did. There you
yelled a little bit.
I believe there's one type of agent. Insane.
So if we did this,
you'd probably have to do a rebuild because it did yell at you, right? Though you would normally rebuild that.
So here I'd be getting 25 Jacobs captain, 25 Love captain, then a bunch of other stuff, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of Kendrick Miller though.
It does like Kendrick Miller for me again too when I run the.
And then and then 25 each in the captain and the flex. So this is all fine.
Yes.
Boy, yep. Kendrick Miller, that's like dirty. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do then. Maybe this whole thing's a disaster.
I don't know. That's starting to come together though. I understand what you're trying to do. You're definitely getting a lot of other pieces in there.
The other way to do this is we could build regular and then just filter out ones with both of them in. But I don't know how many we're gonna get. Why?
You could separate your rules instead of being both the flex and the captain. You change it to each rule, do a flex and do a captain, right? So then you would still get one captain, one not flex though, or one in the flex.
I think the whole thing is a train wreck. Yeah, I'm scrapping this.
I'm scrapping this.
Yeah,
Till it wins, you're gonna have it right. One of those guys.
I'm never gonna know. It doesn't matter. I'm literally never gonna know. Now I'm curious again to see.
I like using my build one, like you said. Use the build one.
Well, I'm definitely doing that because I'm not. If you don't, you end up with 0 Jacobs.
Yeah, you have no Jacobs right now, so I'm definitely gonna build these. I'm getting a lot of Jacobs, and I'm fine with it. So maybe I'll just lower my max exposure to 70 versus 90% in the captain, and then I should get. There we go. Now I got a few more Jaden Reeds, Tucker Kraft, Watson, captains, Miller. I'm still getting a lot of Miller though, but that helped get my exposure. And then I got 30% Jacobs in the flex. That's probably where I'm going to sit. I like this build I got going. I do got a little Emmanuel Wilson, little Wicks, and one lineup with Wicks, but a lot of Pettis. They really like that Dante Pettis tonight.
They sure do.
Little Austin, he's next on the list. And our boy Cedric Wilson that Bobby mentioned, they're down there in the bottom. Yeah, I like this build I just did. I capped Jacobs a little bit, but I think he's going to be the best play. I don't know. I hope it's Christian Watson. I'll probably build him in my 3-3-3 tonight. But
now another thing that I've been screwing with. This is going to really just crush everybody's souls here. Is literally downloading like the raw data from like the whole pool here and just kind of deleting out stuff like this. Like here, this is from Saberson. Like after I've downloaded literally the whole pool, and I'm filtering all this. So for the lottery here, which is all the way at the end, I think. First thing I could do is go to this column which says amount of sim dupes. That's the Wildcat. Hold on. In this one, the showdown, we'll sort by sim dupes. I can't believe there's only one dupe for all these. That doesn't make any sense.
It's going to be a very thrilling series, and it really keeps.
That doesn't make any sense at all. And let's see what else we can look at. Like Geo mean, we probably want under 24. So let's just see what that is. March slate. I mean, so we could do this. We could. I mean, now we're just literally just trying to force in low ownership. At the end of the day, you know what's going to happen. It's going to be exactly what we thought it was going to be. Jacobs gets injured on the first play of the game.
A bunch of my friends died.
I'm excited about tonight because I have some Jacobs and stuff lineups can help me, and then other stuff too. You know, so he does get there. You know, that'd be cool. But
yeah,
really,
no, absolutely.
It's really about that 5-5-5 one, that big money one, obviously. But there's a lot of outs tonight with a good high total for them to score on the Saints too. Problem is, does this game get out of hand and it just doesn't go right? You know,
it's definitely possible.
You know, maybe this Kenry Miller guy's the savior. You know, and it keeps him in the game or something. I don't know.
This and then we'll sort this by ROI. Maybe do this.
Should have to go through what we went through. It was just innocent.
Leaving the salary that way. Low Geo mean this way.
So you build you don't build any by hand anymore, do you? You just
No.
all one.
Yeah.
You're building like 153 tonight or whatever.
Yeah.
And when you build them all at the same time, it never puts one in the same contest or two in the same contest.
You could set it that way. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. So you could have a great Wildcat lineup that could ship the $20 too, but you just put it in the
I just won't have
Wildcat.
it. Yeah.
versus having it in both. You know, like probably like Bobby or me have our hand builds in like both contests or whatever.
Yeah, no, I just kind of over that. I don't think it's ever happened. I mean, I worry about it all the time. But at the end of the day,
one time I won the Wildcat, I split it with whistles. We won $65K each.
yeah,
I won $38K in the $15. That's
Yeah.
night. Jonathan Taylor happened to be that stack with that's when the other Hines played with him. It was double RB night with Colts defense. That was a good night. It won over $100,000 total in both of them.
really.
Yeah, it was my best showdown night I've had. So that was a couple years ago, but I built that lineup driving home from up north. I pulled off at the side of the highway at like 8 o'clock. My kids are sleeping. My wife's sleeping in the car. I'm at the Clark rest or gas station. I built that lineup and put it in my Wildcat, and then I kept driving.
Now I hope everybody hope everybody can read between the lines here. The real move tonight, okay, given all the stuff we've been talking about, is to just not play. I mean, that's actually optimal. But we know that's just not happening. You know what I mean? Like, that's just the problem. There's just no way. I'm gonna figure this out. I'm gonna even use the Ace Mind Sims. I'm just getting way too biased here. I'm seeing like all these builds with no first of all with Kendrick Miller, and I feel like I'm getting like I'm getting poisoned here. Like I really don't want to play him. You know, because how's he going to get there?
I had an awesome
9K or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I just do the Green Bay. What about the Green Bay onslaught? Just load up all Green Bay all game.
Well, we're doing that anyway. I'm talking about the one guy we bought from the Saints.
Well, I mean, I'm getting a lot of the Saints guys though. I'm getting
load up on Green Bay and then just play like Foster Moreau or something like that.
I mean, most of my lineups, my highest owned is 3-3 builds, so I'm not getting 4 2s or 5 builds. I'm getting a decent amount of 5 builds compared to normal, but 5. So I'm getting some onslaughts. You're right. I'm getting a lot of Pettis, that's for sure.
Is that really the idea, though? I mean,
I better just stick Juwan Johnson in there. So
he's definitely the best play, right? I mean, you got the type. Listen, he's got the most experience, I guess. He's the most reliable. Rattler doesn't have to like buy too much time to get to him. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like, how soft is MVS? Must be really hurt to be out of this game.
And I still haven't seen anything on Underdog, but you know, it does seem to be legit.
I wonder how that turkey's doing for Utah. I don't even want to know.
I kind of like the Watson captain Dobbs lineup with Jacobs and Love, and then Austin and Johnson as my 2 Saints. No Miller, no Rattler, but still a couple pass catchers. You know, what's Jamal Williams' price tag too? You said he's going to get some work tonight. He's 3,600. I'm 200 short, or a little bit short from him.
Yeah.
That build. I could go with a $4,000 player. I could go with a Wicks, but I don't like that. Could leave money. I don't know. Pettis is probably the guy, but
That's correct, sir. I might have something for you. Ms. Ramsey, he is the highest ranking SS officer.
so I'm guessing you don't really like the Kenry Miller play tonight, then.
I don't. All right, I'm going to get out of here. I'll be in the Discord sweating for you, and I'm giving you all my good karma tonight.